Today we're going to be testing out 2 easy keto-friendly chocolate dessert recipes. If you've been following us for a long time, Sarah and I do try a variety of dessert options on this channel. We test a lot of recipes, but we tend to favor the fruit desserts more so than the chocolate. And so many of you guys love chocolate. And it's not like we're not open to chocolate or we have anything against chocolate. It's just that in the past, we have had some fails with chocolate on our channel.
More fails than successes.
That's true. It just doesn't look good when we make these dishes. We do have to create thumbnails. We are trying to create an aesthetic on this
appetizing.
channel. Yeah, we want it to look appetizing, but most of the time, it just looks like turds. It's going well. They look like turds. And that could be because we're just not practiced in chocolate or whatever. But Sarah and I came across 2 easy looking chocolate recipes. And the first one is actually a hack that is so simple that we're not even sure it's gonna work. We found this on TikTok. It's by @its.ketchup. She makes a low carb version of the Wendy's Frosty at home. The Ninja Creamy is going viral right now. Everybody's talking about it and how revolutionary it is. And so we don't have one, but I will tell you what we do have. This has been collecting dust in my home since 2021 when I bought it as an impulse purchase. This is the Dash Everyday Ice Cream Maker. I like the idea of the Ninja Creamy. I don't know. I don't know if I want to buy it. I do have this at home. This is, I think, $30 something. We can link it in the description below. Hopefully it works out. I don't believe it's as high tech as the Ninja Creamy, but we do with what we have. And I figure now's the time to unveil this thing and get it out of my house and bring it to Sarah's house.
You're bringing that home with you.
This comes with an ice cream maker. It basically has a motor with a paddle on it that stirs it. It comes with a bowl that's filled with some kind of crystallized substance that you freeze in your freezer. So that has been freezing overnight in Sarah's freezer. The other thing is it comes with a popsicle mold. I liked fudgicles when I was growing up. Maybe we can figure out a way to use these. I don't know. So in her video, she used a reduced fat version of this. We are not. We are using the Core Power Fairlife Protein Shake. It is chocolate, like the theme of this video. It has 8 grams of total carbs, 2 grams of dietary fiber. That is 6 grams of net carbs for this entire bottle. This container also has 170 calories. So I'm excited to see if this is gonna work out. We've never used this machinery before. I'm hoping it's as easy as it claims. This is the bowl that we put in the refrigerator for 12 hours. It's filled with like crystals or something, and it's frozen. This is the paddle. You just kind of stick it on here like this. You put your motor on top. Easy peasy so far. It says, make sure that the ice cream maker is on and churning before adding the ingredients. That's good to know because I probably would have added it in. Oh, that's loud, so. It's churning. We're gonna let this churn for about 30 minutes and we're gonna get started with our next recipe, which is I'll tell you upstairs because it's loud. So actually the motor for that is pretty loud, so we decided to put it downstairs in Sarah's basement. If you guys haven't realized this yet, every time we'll say, and we're gonna go downstairs and try it, because we literally go downstairs to Sarah's basement. That's where our filming setup is. I know a lot of you guys ask about that. The Dash ice cream maker is churning, I can hear it. We're gonna get started with our second keto-friendly chocolate recipe. This caught my eye. It's a keto gooey chocolate cake. I guess it's a Swedish chocolate delight, pronounced like that. Claude Kaka. Claude Kaka. Chikaka. Ace Ventura. Anyway, so for this recipe, the ingredients are pretty common. You're gonna be needing melted unsalted butter, almond flour, cocoa powder, unsweetened of course, a pinch of salt, eggs, powdered sweetener of your choice. We're trying something new today. This is the King Arthur baking alternative. It says it's a 1-to-1 with sugar. It has erythritol, corn fiber, allulose, cane sugar derived fructan fiber, monk fruit extract, natural flavors, and stevia leaf extract. It says it's 0 net carbs, so we're excited to try it because it says it has 0 aftertaste. And then vanilla extract. The recipe called for a 7-inch springform pan. I could not get one in time, so I got this one instead. This is an 8-inch springform pan. Hopefully it'll work out. I did read in the comments that you're supposed to adjust the cooking time just a little bit because this is a little bit of a bigger pan, so the cake is gonna spread out a touch more. And the creator of this recipe is mysweetketo.com. We're gonna be leaving a link to this recipe in the description below. You can go to this link to get all of the measurements for this recipe. We're just gonna be trying and testing it today, but please go support the original creators of the recipe. So we preheated our oven to 350 degrees per instructions, and we're gonna lightly grease the springform pan, but it also came with these parchment rounds, so I figure why not use a parchment round and then grease it. Extra greasy, so we make sure it doesn't stick. We're gonna sift together the almond flour, cocoa powder, salt, and then we're going to whisk it slightly and then set it aside. Now that our dry ingredients are combined, we're gonna be mixing together eggs and the sweetener and vanilla extract with an electric mixer. You're gonna wanna do this until it's nice and white and foamy. So the instructions said to whisk it until it was nice and foamy and pale, and that's what it is now. We're gonna add in our dry ingredients and we're gonna whisk that all together really quick. And then we're gonna start streaming in our butter. We have like 7 tablespoons of melted butter off to the side, and then we're gonna slowly incorporate that. Chocolate isn't typically our first choice for dessert, but I do love a nice molten lava cake. I wonder if it's gonna taste like that. I haven't had that in years. Looks like chocolate frosting. All right, factory finish on top. Emily's signature care. We have our oven preheated to 350 degrees. It says to cook it on the low rack of the oven for 18 to 22 minutes, but since our pan is bigger, we read some of the comments, we're gonna adjust it to do probably about 15 or 16 minutes at 350 degrees. Remember that you don't want to overcook this cake because you want it to be gooey on the inside. Overcooking it would make it not. So let's stick this in the oven and set our timer. We put our keto gooey chocolate cake in the oven. We're gonna try our Wendy's Frosty dupe now. And I'm using an ice cream scoop, sorry. Here you go. Lovely. I think about 10 more minutes, it probably would have been frozen solid. I don't know about that, but it's definitely... It started to harden up on the outside. Yeah. You don't want it to be solid because you want it to be a Frosty. So it looks very much like a Frosty. Right. I haven't had one in a long time. Me either. It tastes like a Frosty. I'd say so, yeah. I would say it's not as intense as a Frosty flavor, but it's definitely the consistency, I think. Not sure if you could slurp this up with a straw, but it definitely tastes like a lighter Frosty. It's not on the sweet side, though. I would say I'm more sensitive to sweeteners nowadays, but if you wanted it to be a touch sweeter, you could also add a little bit of stevia in there. This hack only requires 1 ingredient, and in 30 minutes, you can have your own Frosty. And this worked out great. There's many more servings in here. Kind of a guilt-free ice cream treat. If you guys have a Ninja Creamy, is it worth buying? We've looked at it. Yeah, we've looked at it. I don't have a lot of counter space. A lot of people are like, oh, you don't have an excuse not to have a hand mixer. I do. I literally have about this much counter space, and I don't bake enough to justify keeping a mixer on my countertop. So that's why we use a hand mixer. You know, we just got to make do with the space that we have. Definitely worth trying. Oh, our timer's going off upstairs. We're going to go check in on our cake. Do I have Frosty on my face?
Yeah, they look great.
Would you tell me if I had Frosty on my face?
No.
Sarah is holding a grudge from 2003. That's when we graduated from high school and we had our senior portraits done. And on the way to the studio, we stopped to Wendy's and got Frosties. That might actually be the last time I had a Frosty.
Seriously.
And Sarah ate it and went to go take her senior pictures. Guess what? There was Frosty all over her face. She's like this, like... with Frosty on her face.
And no one told me. Neither Emily nor my friend told me I had Frosty all over my face.
We were all concerned about our own pictures at that time. All right, so our timer has gone off. We're gonna take this cake out of the oven and see what we have. I'm kind of nervous because this kind of seems like a thing where you could overcook it quite easily and then you lose out on the gooey part. And it's a gooey keto chocolate cake. That's why we're doing this, so.
That looks a little, I think it's okay.
Okay, so we're gonna take this out of here and put it on a wire rack to cool completely for 20 minutes.
Are you sure we shouldn't leave it in there to cool?
It says to put it on a wire rack. How am I supposed to put it on a wire rack if it's in there? Do I have to take it out?
I don't know.
Oh, my
gosh.
Pretty good. It looks pretty. How do I get it off of here though?
Just leave it like that.
Okay. Sarah says that there will not be a chocolatey center. She doesn't have a good feeling about it, so pessimist. When the instructions said to bake it on a lower rack, that kind of concerned me because I know that my oven is really hot on the bottom rack, but we'll see. We also did cook it a slightly shorter time just because we did use an 8-inch pan instead of a 7-inch. We ended up cooking it about 17 minutes. Oh, I hear moisture. Oh, I think it looks pretty moist, if you will.
It's not dry at all.
Years ago, I mean, maybe a year ago, Sarah and I made a video where we made some 2-ingredient recipes. Mine is less perfect than yours. In that video, we tried to not say moist as a descriptive word, and it kind of triggered a lot of you. What's wrong with the word moist? It's not that we care about the word moist, it's that other people care about the word moist, and apparently it's one of the most hated words in the English language. We don't really care.
We didn't make that up.
I know. Anyway, so it looks moist.
Damp. I don't think damp is a good word
It looks filled with moisture. Let's give it a try.
Is it molten though? It's very sweet. This is our first time using that baking sugar. It's not overly sweet.
No.
And I kind of like the mixture of the stevia and the monk fruit.
It has a little bit of erythritol in there too, I think, and allulose, right? It's like a super decadent, gooey brownie. It's not like a lava cake because I believe that with a lava cake, it's supposed to like spill out everywhere.
I like it a lot. I can imagine serving this warm and then putting a scoop of your favorite vanilla keto-friendly ice cream on top. Wouldn't that be yummy?
So apparently this has 2 grams of net carbs, although I'm not sure what the serving size is.
Still pretty good. Emily's going in for seconds. You know it's good then. And if you like this content, please consider subscribing to our channel. It's free and it's a way to support us. We're really trying to hit 250,000 subscribers this year. If you guys want to see us make another keto-friendly ice cream, you can click on the video on the screen and we'll see you over there. It's using a very special ingredient. Anyway, I'm Sarah.
And I'm Emily.
And we are the Keto Twins, signing out.